What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brian with Country Boy Archaeology, and today we're just going to take a quick look at, I'll show you kind of the similarities when you get the story turned the right way on the artifacts. It will jump out at you. So I have all the pieces you're about to see is turned Thunderbird side. Now the Thunderbird is read from left to right. This is the back of his head. This is the front of his head. He was half man, half bird. And all of these stones supposedly come from the Thunderbird nest that they worked. Now when I show you these stones, they're all going to be shaped different. Some of them I've colored in some of the line work that's been printed into it. And it's just, as you can see, I didn't draw one that's been pegged into this stone. And in fact, I haven't even colored in everything because each of these, they're so complex that each of these little shapes inside of the stone are actually animals and tools and tell stories. And it's so complex. I've been in it for months and I've only got a very little bit of what's going on, but I've got everything turned Thunderbird side so you can see the similarities here. Again, Thunderbird side. If you have a piece that has a lot of what a lot of people call cracks, that's artwork, that's pet work. And all you have to do is take a pencil and fill in the pet work and it comes alive. Thunderbird side. This is a pecking stone. It's on Thunderbird side. This is a hammer stone, nutting stone, grinding stone, a little bit of all-purpose, but it's used for nutting stones. And you'll see Thunderbird side. Another pecking stone, you'll see Thunderbird side. The teaching stone, and you see Thunderbird side, and the current state of it, which is full of graphene. I've taken graphite and just rubbed all over this rock so I can see the pet work in it, and it's amazing. Some of the animals is popping out. Y'all are gonna love this stuff. And this bare rock, as you can see, I have turned to Thunderbird side, and it's not near good as dictation as some of the other rocks. That's Thunderbird side, and that is Thunderbird side. Now, some stones, what you have to understand with these is, imagine if you had a TV set, and when you bought your TV set, you could see 3 or 4 stories real good, and one of them you had in 4K, the other 2 you had in 720, putting in today's perspective. And that's what these stones are here. They're exaggerated to tell one story or one set of stories better than another, and are created a little different, but they all have the same story. But we're looking at them in daylight, and that's not the way to be looked at. If you was, I've said to you since I've covered mine, and graphene here is really, and what I've decided to do is, you can't believe how many people don't even see the eagle right there, but what I've decided to do is on all the animals I'm going to take and put the whites of their eyes, and that way these animals are really starting to pop out. And not only that, I'm fixing to go get me a paint set, and I'm going to paint this thing, because the more I look at it and the more I look at it, it's supposed to be colored, and once it's colored, all of these animals will jump out a lot quicker. So I'm kind of taking pictures of different angles to get the groove marks and to get it totally restored back to its original condition. So in the meantime, everybody's getting these rocks, they're putting them in the bathtub with a towel up under it, and they're putting hot water on them and taking a toothbrush hold of them, and we're going to wake them back up. But these are TVs. They're made to be watched, and you have to walk around them like an Indian with the campfire to see it change from animal to animal. It's just like them posters that used to be around in the 80s, and when you looked at it, an animal or image would pop out at you. Some people could see it and some people can't. It's the same way. If you're in the All Rocks Matter group, you'll probably catch on to this pretty good, and the story's going to play out, and it's going to be wild. If not, you're an airhead guy, you will never find a quartz piece like that. And I've had people tell me that that's not quartz, and I beg to differ, sir. I beg to differ. People told me I took 3 stones and fused them together. I beg to differ. Not only that, I'm not smart enough to make this bird change into all the animals that it changes into. And it's crazy. I mean, it is literally crazy. Some people will see a baboon, silverback gorilla looking at them, and some people won't. Some people see a gorilla right here, and then they'll watch that gorilla change to different gorillas. And once I get it colored in, it's gonna be sweet. But and that's what's so crazy. That same gorilla is the eagle, which is the stone-billed pelican. If you look at it at this angle, and it's wild. And then it's just so many layers to this stone. I keep having people say, I see this and I see that. There's the elephant, if you can see an elephant. If you can't, just kind of pause it. But this is the elephant at this angle. So when you just turn the elephant at this angle and look at him like this, then he's a parakeet. And then you turn around this way, he's an angry bird. And then you turn this way, he's a crow. And you turn this way, he's an eagle. It's crazy. See all the peck work in it? You can see it now that I got the graphic. But each one of them little peck marks is actually, when you get to looking at it, a lot of it is symbols with inside of this. And that's why they look so busy. There's the stories with inside stories, and it's going to take us years to figure out everything. But until next time, Country Boy Archaeology, happy rock hunting.